To further discuss this, I'm joined by Dr. Hamon Bahrain Michael, a political analyst based in Cape Peninsula University of Technology, Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael, for joining us on the news.
Thanks for having me.
So we just watched the leader there, of course, we call him the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, saying that it does not want government of national unity, but instead a coalition. So for you, what is the significance of a government of national unity in South Africa, and how does that differ from a traditional coalition government?
Well, normally the government of national unity is as broadly as possible. It is the major political parties usually form a united government. Basically, it usually happens in cases of emergency, war, or if there are some uncertainties in a country. With this government of national unity, it also evokes Nelson Mandela's 1994, where he called up on the even main opponents who were apartheid leaders, including the apartheid leader de Klerk, to join the government so that, because to make sure that the country is stable, peaceful, and united to move on. So, but in a normal coalition, it happens in a normal situation where one or two more parties join their votes or combine their votes to elect a government, and they might also support the decisions that the government makes. So that is the main difference.
So does it mean that a coalition kind of government will be more rancorous and probably have a lot of bottlenecks when it comes to making decisions as regards having a government of national unity?
Definitely, I have to speak here contextually and historically. The ANC was a liberation movement that actually has a different ideology and policy. For example, the ANC has invited these five major political parties like the DA, IFP, EFF, the National Freedom Party, and Patriotic Alliance. And all of these have different views, especially the ANC and DA have different political views, different policies. So definitely there will be some bottlenecks in trying to reconcile their differences and come up on a common ground to run this country.
So now, how do you think the African National Congress will adapt to being the largest party in government of a national unity as they are proposing rather than the sole governing party? What are the implications for the leadership and policy direction if this particular line is told?
Well, the ANC had an absolute majority in the past elections and has a better say in the parliament. They had a better decision-making power. But with this government of national unity, then there are different views. This means actually having this unity means these different political parties then will actually assume different ministerial portfolios. So that means there will be some sort of divisions in terms of policy making, in terms of legislation and other decisions in this country. So definitely the ANC will lose some sort of decision-making power. So there is the power dynamics, in fact, will change to some extent.
So what are the chances for ANC? Because we know that the EFF has been very vocal, a vocal critic against the administration of Cyril Ramaphosa. Same for MK of the former president, Jacob Zuma, that is the MK party, and some other parties that might not really be in tune with what the ANC has been trying to achieve while being in power. So what are the chances for ANC? What other parties are there that might likely want to join forces with the ANC?
Most probably, as I have said, the ANC has invited those five parties, except MK. They also invited MK, but MK didn't give an affirmative response because the former president, Jacob Zuma, actually has some bitterness with the current president, Cyril Ramaphosa. So most probably this government of national unity will uh, most probably be either with EFF and on the extreme side with DA, where many ANC members, also some of them, are not happy with because historically they have differences in terms of economic outlook and the ideologies of DA are more so-called what we call capitalistic or more capitalist driven, it's market economy driven. There is
Okay.
also differences in terms of national health insurance, black economic empowerment, and other matters that
All right.
has to do with the previously disadvantaged communities.
Okay.
So definitely there will be challenges here.
All right. Dr. Hamon Michael, a political analyst, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.